Now the question is, if you're being tested right now, how do you show up to be tested? Are you going to double down? Are you going to get more coaching and education, understand more about your business and get on, lit up and on fire for what you're doing? Or are you going to be like, well, I guess we'll just shut this thing down and I'm going to go on vacation for a few weeks and come back?
Thank you for tuning into the show. Whether you are watching this on martialartsmedia.com or on YouTube, or listening while on the move on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher, this is the Martial Arts Media Business Podcast. My name is George Fourie, and on this show we interview top martial arts school owners, share success stories, share martial arts stories from great martial arts experts, and then we talk about lead generation and marketing strategies in between. So a quick heads up before we jump into the show. I just wanted to make sure that you are already part of our Martial Arts Media business community. It is our free Facebook group where we hang out every day. We talk about lead generation, marketing, and all things martial arts. You can jump in by either clicking a link close to this video or go to martialartsmedia.group. So not martialartsmedia.com, just martialartsmedia.group. That'll take you there. That's the best place for you to go after the show. We are in there every day, and there's a bunch of free resources that we have already uploaded into the group. Things about how to attract the right students, how to increase your sign-up base, how to retain more members, etc. So jump into the show. I will catch you in the group once the show is done. Enjoy. I'll speak to you soon. Hey, this is George Fourie, and welcome to the Martial Arts Media Business Podcast, the first live Martial Arts Media Business Podcast. And
come on, man, that's exciting. First live.
First live. And
I like it.
I've got a really awesome guest here today. Now, Jason Everett is not a martial artist, but
I'm not. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of some martial arts, though. Like, let's be clear. I think it's amazing. So I'm just not very good at any of them.
Here's why I'm bringing Jason on. So first up, he brings good energy, wealth of knowledge, and he's in a completely opposite industry, but facing challenges way more than any martial arts school owner is right now.
Probably true.
And so let me just hand it over to Jason. If you could just give us a quick couple of minutes, who you are, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, first of all, man, thanks for doing this. And, what you do for martial arts studio owners is extraordinary. I mean, I know you do some incredible work for them. And I would just say to you guys as a community, now more than ever, you need what George is doing. And I say that because I just have seen inside our own group, and because I run a group of salon owners. So basically what I do is I work inside the salon, spa, beauty industry, barber shops all over the world to help them to increase the amount of take-home income that they have, to grow their staff, to grow in locations, and to really start creating wealth in their lives for salons. And just the reason why I do that is that only 7% of salons actually make a profit. 20% of them are breaking even, and the rest of them actually go backwards to go to work every single day. So if you run a martial arts studio or a dojo or whatever you would call your place that you operate, is that, if you can imagine trying to run your business and knowing that only 7% make money, that's pretty crazy, right? So salon owners very often, like for you guys in the martial arts industry, they love what they do, but they're not always the best business owners. Right. And I know that's very true. And the reason why I say that, so I work with these salon owners all over the world. I worked a lot in the corporate space with the salon spa industry, and I've done tons of work in there. But I want you to know, like, my background is actually, I come from being a dance instructor. I was a ballroom dance instructor over 20 plus years ago. And I've worked in outside sales. I've worked in advertising and marketing and all these different arenas. And the reason why I say that is because martial arts, dance instructor, even hairdresser, all those things, those are very hands-on professions, right? So if you think about the massage industry, like, you physically touch people. You guys might, I was going to say, I'm going to make a karate joke about chopping them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the idea is that you guys are a hands-on industry. Gyms, dojos, all these places are very hands-on. And so when they say, hey, social distancing, please do me a favor, don't ever touch anybody again, or at least for 30, 60, 90 days or into the future. Like, this whole idea of don't touch your people becomes a very big challenge, especially for our clients. We have salon owners all over the world. And by the way, if you can relate to any of this, do me a favor and comment in the comment section below and say relate, because I want to know if you guys are, if you're connecting with this and it's helping you. But this idea is, as soon as in the US, and probably 90% of our clients have now completely shut down, they can't run any sort of business. And like George and I were talking before, like, you guys, if you really want to, you could run martial arts classes online right now. And like, it's really hard for a salon owner to say, okay, take out that really crappy pair of scissors in your drawer and take your hair, hold it up, and let's go to town. Like, that's not going to happen. But you guys have a unique opportunity right now to pivot and to change some of your business model, even though it's going to be probably like a baby deer trying to walk on ice for the very first time. You at least have the opportunity to still maintain your income. I was just on the phone. I hope it's okay if I just tell you this. I was just on the phone literally about 5 minutes before this with a friend of mine who still owns a dance studio. The guy, one of my good friends, he's been my best friend for over 25 years. He owns a dance studio, and I was watching him in his living room teach classes. He had his phone up, and he had his iPhone, and he had the lights up, and his wife is walking around showing me he's teaching lessons on Zoom. And I was like, you go, man. That's awesome. Like, he's still teaching private lessons in his house and walking around and dancing and showing people what to do. So I guess background. But the other thing I would just say is, would you guys please do me a favor and not get discouraged? Because when we look at what's happening right now, I just believe it's a test for you to decide, do you have really the chops that you need to have as a business owner to make it in a really tough time? Or are you going to be one of those people who throws in the towel, quits, and says, forget it, I'm out of here. I guess I better go get a job, doing what I've always loved, being a garbage man, which is probably not any of you. But I'm just saying, like, that's the choice you get to make here. And the universe hands you this choice, and it's asking you to step up. And I love, George, that you're doing so much to serve these people and really help them and grow the community, because the community needs to be it needs to be tighter than it's ever been before.
Jason, so you're talking about having chops. I'd love to know, what are you doing to inspire your clients? Because there is not really a plan B. So what do you actually...
there's not really a plan B. There's one little plan B. The only little plan B that's going on right now is a lot of our clients have very quickly pivoted, and they're doing what's called root rescue, which they're doing like hair dye, because a lot of people come in to get their hair, dyed or blow dried and all the other services. So they're actually still selling retail product, because people still are on video calls. You got to make your hair look good. People still have their roots growing out. They have all these other services. So we do have some clients that are able to go in and do some very basic, like Amazon style, sell some products and have come out of their business. But, we're talking to people about literally laying off their entire workforce, except for some key employees, and making it through. So here's what we're doing. From a strategy standpoint, there's three main pillars that we're talking about with all of our salon owners. Number one, you need to be able to stabilize what the heck is going on. You need to be able to stabilize your team, stabilize your business, decide, okay, what can I stop paying for? What can't I stop paying for? And we were really clear is that we said, look, you've got to stop paying for things that you don't need right now and double down on the things that you do need. In fact, I have doubled all of my coaching sessions with every single one of my coaches in the group that we're in. I just upgraded, and I'm now going to the boardroom group, which costs me twice as much money to do what I'm doing. And like, I'm doubling down on the amount of mental health and strategy that I'm getting as a professional. I'm asking my clients to do the same thing, but I'm telling my clients, because they're not closing, I'm like, look, I'm going to go, like, we normally provide inside any given month for our clients. We do, 2 webinars a week, and, we do a destination training once every 4 months. I was like, that ain't going to cut it. So I literally started doing every morning at 6 a.m. We're doing mindset calls. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a mindset call at 6 a.m. I have called in every personal favor that I have with every one of the highest profile, coolest friends that I have to come in and jump on that call. And we've actually been doing that for over 2 weeks now. We're in our second week of doing that, and it's actually second week plus. So we're doubling down, and I'm like, look, we're running a call every day, plus we're running our Monday call, and we're running our Wednesday call, and our group is like on fire, because they're talking every day and people are sharing, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing. And so if you're not engaged in the Facebook community that I'm sure George has, like, make sure that you're sharing what the best of practices are, because that thing that you might not think is a big idea, what's happening in our group right now is people are sharing an idea, and then it's snowballing. So like, one gal said, hey, I'm doing this root rescue thing. And this other gal said, I'm using baby food containers to like fill up hair color. And then this other gal said, I got on TV, and this other guy. And so they're one-upping each other on all these cool things that they're doing. And the whole group is elevating in spirits and in ideals and all those things. And in addition to doing all that, I'm literally doing daily lives. Like, anybody who calls to ask, I'm doing a live with them. I'm also bringing them on my shows and doing everything I can to make sure that every single day people are encouraged, because in a world where everyone is discouraged, there needs to be more encouragement. And I'm just on that path trying to be as encouraging as possible, because hell yeah, it's hard. but this is where business owners are made or broken. And I don't know about you guys, but you guys are martial arts guys, right? You know, you got to break people down sometimes to build them back up. This is just the world breaking you down. It's just saying, do you have what it takes? Are you that business owner that's going to rise to the occasion and do something extraordinary? Or are you going to remain an ordinary business owner? Because ordinary business owners, ordinary martial artists, like, you know, I'm like a loser martial artist. Like I've had like a couple of sessions. My dad used to be big into Tai Chi, and we used to do all kinds of stuff. And I've done some karate, but like, I'm just like a baby junior Cub Scout, right? I've had some exposure. I can't imagine that every single one of the owners that is in your program is not an absolute consummate professional expert, award-winning champion, tournament-winning expert. So now the question is, if you're being tested right now, how do you show up to be tested? Are you going to double down? Are you going to get more coaching and education, understand more about your business, and get on, you know, lit up and on fire for what you're doing? Or are you going to be like, well, I guess we'll just shut this thing down and I'm going to go on vacation for a few weeks and come back? So I was in my list and then I just started ranting. Sorry. So I went into the first thing we're doing is teaching how to stabilize. Stabilize is number one, right? Stabilize what's happening in your business. Number two, you got to get organized. You got to organize what are you going to do between now and when you can open. And by the way, that might be 30, 60, or 90 days. I'm hoping it's more towards the 30 or less, but let's assume it's 90. Even if it's 90 freaking days, you can survive 90 days. You got this. I'm not even worried about you. So we talk about how do you get bridge financing? How do you borrow what you can from the bank? And hopefully you'll get some of it forgiven by the government. We'll see. But borrow what you can, survive on what you can, go down to your bare minimal staff. And then third, I just want to say this, because this is the part that I'm the most excited about, and it changes my mindset every time I think about it. The other side of this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in our entire lives. Like, I don't think people get this. Is that right now, all of the crappy martial arts owners are going to like go back and get jobs as garbage men. We already talked about that. But the martial arts studio owners that like pivot to online quickly, they call up every one of their students and say, look, we have trained you for battle every single day of your entire life. It's time to battle with us. Here's what we're going to do. And even though the battle's not a physical battle, it's a mental battle. Here's what we're doing to keep you sharp until you can come back into class with us. Like, that's just totally a different positioning, right? Like, you've got your kids at home, you need to be more prepared. You've got your wife on you every single minute of every single day, even more prepared. Like, it is more time for you to get that discipline dialed into your brain. So get up early, stay up late, do whatever we got to do. And like, your job is to be that bright spot, the keeper of the light for every single one of your clients. And if you become that keeper of the light for them, every single one of them will remember what you did for them when they were struggling. You won't keep everybody, but you will keep a lot. And the ones that you keep focused will stay addicted to you. And that is where you got to capitalize. I said the third thing, right? Stabilize, organize, capitalize. That is where they will become addicted to you, and they will be able to grow. They will be able to flourish, and you will come back even stronger and even better. You just have better looking muscles when you come out of this thing. So anyway, I know I'm just going off here, but I hope it's helpful. George, you gotta let me know if I'm on the right track.
Yeah, man, it's totally awesome. And like what you're saying is just being collective in a group where you've got this energy. I've been talking to our partners group the last couple of days, and every time we map out this plan, it's just evolving because there's no script for it. Like we didn't.
Yeah, there's no script for any of us, bro. That's the good news. Nobody's got the damn script. There's nobody who has an advantage right now. And I think I said this the other day on another show. Super, super important. What I know is that like if you and I were going to go into a martial arts showdown, because you have a martial arts background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a salon owner background, just so you know. But you have a martial arts background. If you and I were going to step into an arena and we were going to have a physical battle, I know you would kick my ass. I have no doubts in my mind. You would know enough to hurt me very badly. I have no doubt, right? But here's the thing. The cool thing is you're going through something you've never been through before. I'm going through something I've never been through before. Everybody else out there is going through something else they've never been through before. And here's why I'm not scared for a second, okay, is that when everything is equal, I know I will outwork everyone.
Nice.
That's it. Like, I just know I will outwork you. I will outperform you. I will out-knowledge you. I will outperform everything because I've been practicing for the most random crap ever in life. Like, I've been smacked in the face. I've been fired before. I've been in all these other scenarios that I've had no money in my bank account. Like, I know how to build back from zero. And, you know, I've said that before. If somebody took away my entire business, could I build it back? My answer was like, hell yes. So it's not someone taking it away. It's some random thing that may or may not take it away. But if I had to rebuild it all again, let's say my whole life got reset, you know, in 90 days. I just rebuild it again, and I'd rebuild it a hell of a lot faster than the first time I built it. You know what I mean? If I got to move in with my parents, I move in with my parents. It's never going to happen, but I'm just saying, if I had to, I'll do whatever it takes, man. My job is to provide for my family, provide for the people who rely on me, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I make it out right on the other side.
I just want to repeat what you just said, because if any school owner, if you're thinking, well, you had competition, you don't have it right now. The playing field has just gone level, and nobody is, someone might have a few more resources than you, but the playing field is equal. And if you can rise up and step it up, you're going to come out of this a lot better than you were a couple of months ago.
Yeah. And by the way, you guys do me a favor. If you're on this live, if you're watching it later, type in what is the thing you're connecting with the most right now. Like, what's the piece that's firing you up? Because my assumption is that when I get on the phone and I talk to anybody, I'm going to fire some people up. And I always want to be in that spot, right? Like, I want to get something inside your core to get pissed off so that you do something. Is you're like, damn, why is this guy more fired up than I am? Or like, man, why is he saying that I'm going to be the loser who gets wiped out on the other side of this? Because, you know, and what would you say in a martial arts environment? Step into a ring, an arena, octagon. What are we talking here? What would you say? Step into a what?
Step on the mat, step on the ring.
So step on the mat, step on the ring.
Yep.
Here's what I would say. If you step on the mat or step in the ring, you know that your mindset, right, either takes you out or lifts you up before you step on that mat. The problem is everybody's standing on the mat with the wrong damn mindset right now. Oh no, this unknown thing that we have no control over is going to take us out. And it's like, just because it's an unknown. And it's like, this is an opponent I've never faced before. No shit. So is everybody else. Everybody else hasn't dealt with it either. And I don't know about you, man, but like, I just have always felt in my entire life, like every day, and it sounds cheesy, but like every day is a gift. You've heard that before, right? But like, I really do believe this is that, you know, I really thought that like every single day I could walk out the door and get hit by a bus, like take me out. I just believe that that could happen at any point in time. So here's what I know is if my gift is to be able to breathe life into other people by helping them understand that they are way more capable than anything they've ever thought possible, right? Everybody's had that taste of like, ooh, I could be better at this. Everybody's had that taste. And every time you do something, you get better and you get better and you get better. So we all have this gift to be able to improve and get better. Like since we were little children, right? We've all improved, gotten better and gotten better and gotten better. And we've on this acceleration. So there's room for every single person to get better. And what I know is that my gift is helping people realize that they're capable of way more than they are right now. And if I didn't get hit by a bus this morning and I'm still freaking here, I got more to do. So if I have one conversation in my life, right? If I have a conversation with you and it prevents you from, you know, I'm talking to you one day, we're casually walking down the street and you go to step out in front of a bus and I grab your shoulder and pull you back and I save your life, whether it's like literally mentally or physically or whatever, and I'm on my purpose for what I should be done to do, and I get taken up that day in whatever capacity I get taken up in, then dude, I live the best life I could possibly live. But every day that I get to wake up and breathe, it's another opportunity for me to help one more person. Maybe there's only one person that watches this whole show and they're like, holy crap, that changed everything for me. Dude, then that's why I did it. I'm 100%. But I'm hoping it's going to be more like 20 or 40 or 100 or 5,000 or whoever the hell wants to listen, because you deserve to know that you're capable of way more. And every single one of you is I'm sure, more of a badass physically, mentally, and emotionally than I am. I'm sure. I have no doubt in my mind because of how disciplined you are. Discipline for me is one of the hardest things. But don't let your discipline down right now in this moment. This is when your discipline is getting tested. This is the ultimate test for your discipline that you guys apply every single day.
Love your energy. Anything else? I want to be respectful of your time as well. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, but dude, yeah. I mean, what do you think would be the most helpful thing that I could share, or that in your mind, like what question do you think, if you had to like pretend that you knew every single mind of every single one of your school owners and businesses that you work with, what do you think they really want, they need to know right now? What do you think their question is?
I would say reconfirmation of where the opportunity lies here. I've been begging martial arts school owners to do videos for years, and all of a sudden everyone's doing it. So that's perfect. Where do you think the shift is going? And if you had to focus on one thing right now, where would you place all your energy?
I said this to my salon owners. I said, there's a really good book out there called Who Moved My Cheese? Okay. And if you haven't read that book, it's a really it's a good book that you should read and just be aware of. And basically what it talks about is you put these mice in this maze, and there's a piece of cheese at the end of this maze that they go find. And they let the mice go for however long they go, a couple weeks, and they get really conditioned to that's where the cheese is. And then the experimenters or the scientists grab the cheese, move it to another place in the maze. And the responses of some of those mice is that some of the mice go right back to the cheese over and over, or right to where they think the cheese will be over and over and over again. And at some point, those mouse, like literally, I don't know if mice pout, but like the mice just sit there and they go, I'm waiting for the cheese. It's supposed to be here. There's no more cheese. And they either run back to the beginning or back there, and they just go, well, there's no more cheese anymore. And they give up. Then there's the mice that just forget altogether and could care less. They just say, you know what? I'm not going to run the maze anymore because there's no more cheese. It's totally been removed from my world and I'm done. And then there's the mice that go, well, there's got to be cheese somewhere else in this maze, and they start searching for new paths. Your job right now is to search for the new paths to get the cheese. I want you to hear this. People have more money than they've ever had before. Like, I eat out almost every single day, and I've eaten out twice in the last week. So do you think I have more money or less money right now? More. I usually fly 3 times a month to different cities. Well, guess what I didn't do? I didn't fly. So guess how much more money I have? Like, I have more money now than I've ever had before because all my expenses have been reduced to basically zero. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a bit of an online shopping habit that's now getting a little bigger. But my point is that most people, believe it or not, even though you're thinking, but Jason, my clients have been laid off. Jason, look, some of them, yes, but not all of them. Not all of them. I've heard like unemployment in the U.S. might go up to 30%. That's the crazy number they think it may go to. That means 70% of people are still employed. So don't let that idea being all of my clients are gone is going to do it. What I'm saying about this cheese analogy and all this other stuff that I just want you to get is that, yeah, you know what? Maybe temporarily you're going to need to go to an online dojo, but I just want to let you know it's going to change. We're not going to stay locked in our houses from now until the end of time. I mean, it's not going to happen. I can't foresee that happening. We're going to go through it. We're going to get through whatever that is. And again, put a 30, 60, 90-day plan in place, weather that storm, and hopefully your business is strong enough to weather that storm. If not, schedule an emergency session with George and the team and go, how the hell do I plan this out? Because I don't know how I'm going to do it. And by the way, that's why you need a friggin' coach on your side to help you, so you're not trying to put together your own crazy-ass plan, right? You get some real advice on this. This is probably a test for you to say, look, how good are you at technology? Do you suck at it? Because what I've told people is what used to be a nicety, like, oh, it'd be nice if we had online classes. It'd be nice if I had a website that people could buy classes on. It'd be nice if I could do online schedule. It'd be nice if we do all these things. Well, look, all those niceties have become necessities. Okay. And so all of these things, like for me, I've got high-end camera gear and audio gear and all this other stuff because I do classes like this. And there's a lot of things that I've had to do over the years to kind of adapt and overcome because of how I wanted to run my business. And I just shared a video I shared three years ago. I ran a company called the Video Rockstar Academy, teaching people. And the whole video was, how do you future-proof your business and then make sure no matter what happens, you can stay on top of the curve. And I said, you better know about video marketing. 3 years ago, I said that. Guess what the number one thing is I'm teaching right now, George?
Video marketing.
Video freaking marketing. How do you video? How do you show up on camera? What do you need to do? Because people are going, I don't even know. How do I turn my phone on and make it work on Facebook? And like, I'm not meaning to insult anybody, but you're 5 years behind the rest of the learning curve. So get with it, get on track, pivot. And understand that pivot's not forever. Maybe you're independently wealthy enough you can just survive for 90 days without worrying about it. But you know what? This is a perfect opportunity for you to teach every one of your staff how to use video, how to use technology, how to do it. And it's your job as the leader of your school, of your dojo, of whatever it is that you have, it's your job to step up and be that leader because your staff needs you more than they ever have. And all those things that you teach them, you got to exude. It's got to seep out of your pores, man, because you guys talk about leadership and discipline and all that other stuff. It's your turn to be the leaders and to be disciplined and do all those things. So anyway, man, I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been powerful, man.
Totally. Jason, ever so grateful. Thank you so much for jumping on. Yep,
yeah, man.
We'll do the virtual fist bumps.
I got digital knuckles, bro. That's how that works for me. Digital knuckles. That's how this happens. So,
that's cool. Hey, Jason.
Thank you so much for having me on, man.
Thank you so much. Is there anything we can do for you just to say thanks?
Dude,
Give you a
here's what I would
thumbs up
say.
somewhere.
If any of you guys want to stock any of the stuff that I do, you can find me online. Just go on to Facebook. You can find me at facebook.com/, just if you want to find me personally, because my salon owner stuff may not apply to you, but just go online. You can find it at it's Mr. Jason Everett, very fancy, Mr. Jason Everett, or just search Jason Everett. I'm connected with George on here. But what I would just say is here's the one thing any of you guys could do for me. If you go on my page and you track down anything that you see it, here's my request. If you see something and it ever speaks to you, share it for me. The best thing you can ever give me as a gift is not your money. It's your ability to reach one more person. If you help me reach one more person with what I do, even if it's a salon owner piece of content and you're like, you know what, but it was really inspiring, just share it on your page, because you know what? I know every single one of you, most of you, have hair on your head and you probably go to the salon or a barber shop or something like that. And I would love to be introduced to more people. So if you can help me fulfill my mission to meet more people and to help serve more, that would be what I would ask, man. Come track me down. You can find me at jasoneverett.com, on any of the socials. Just track me down, connect, share some of my stuff. I would be eternally grateful.
Awesome. Jason, thanks so much for taking your time to share your message with us. Super helpful.
My pleasure, man.
Love your energy. I'll
George,
speak to you soon, man.
Keep doing what you do, brother. Keep up the good fight and keep disciplined. All right, dude. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks again for tuning in. Was it helpful? Did you get something of good value for your martial arts business? Then please do me a favor and let us know. Leave us a comment wherever you watched or listened to this, or just head over to iTunes and just leave us an awesome review. That way we'll know that we are on the right track, and we'll keep bringing you great shows with great interviews, sharing great strategies and tips. So if you haven't yet, now's a good time to head over to our group, martialartsmedia.group. That's the Martial Arts Media business community. I'll see you in the group, and I will see you on the next show.